Flamboyant characters on both teams. Oh, that's a lovely touch. Zola with his arm round Juninho. Soon they'll be at arm's length, and we shall see who's going to decorate this occasion the greater with his renowned skills. The 22 who start, that's a record. Chelsea have just 4, and 3 of them, Sinclair, Newton and the captain Wise, are survivors of the team beaten here by Manchester United 3 years ago. Minto is the other English-born player, Clarke the other 1994 finalist. But Vialli, Myers and Hitchcock are the substitutes, and there's no place even on the bench for Craig Burley, Trevor.
Yeah, probably a bit unlucky not to make certainly the squad in some way or other, but I think the key men, we mentioned of course Zola and Hughes. Lebœuf at the back I think is an outstanding player, will set up a lot of the play. They could all pass with quality. Di Matteo, Petrescu, also very important people going forward, and Dennis Wise of course the captain, who I think has also had an excellent season.
Well, Middlesbrough have 5 Englishmen, and 2 of those, the goalkeeper Ben Roberts and number 20 Phil Stamp, are the youngest players in this final at the age of 21. Neither played in the Coca-Cola final here 6 weeks ago, but Ben Roberts did tell me before the match he played here once as a schoolboy. But without Neil Cox on the bench, and with Roberts still slightly worried by his elbow injury, Middlesbrough don't appear to have a cover goalkeeper.
No, it was always going to be a problem. I think more than that perhaps though is, what are the mental scars of relegation like? Can they lift themselves? We know again Juninho and Ravanelli up front, but Pearson and Festa, can they curb Hughes and Zola? And then I think Mustoe and Stamp have to work extremely hard in midfield to make sure Middlesbrough get enough of the possession.
Middlesbrough playing from right to left in the first half, starts the 1997 FA Cup final. And immediately it's clear that Curtis Fleming is playing on the left side for Middlesbrough at left back, and Clayton Blackmore seems to have started on the right. And there goes Juninho, being marked by Steve Clarke. Mustoe battling with Dennis Wise. Now the first sign of Chelsea on the attack with Di Matteo. Oh, and a good run up front by Hughes, and Di Matteo shoots! Oh, what about this? What about this? It's possibly the quickest ever goal in a Wembley Cup final. It's Roberto Di Matteo inside 45 seconds. An unbelievable start by Chelsea. Gullit scratches his head, possibly he can't believe it either. The Italian Di Matteo in Chelsea's first attack has struck a shot into the roof of the Middlesbrough net, and this could be an historic moment in cup finals at Wembley. The quickest goal before today. Look at the shot. It fizzes over Ben Roberts into the net. The quickest goal before today, Jackie Milburn in 45 seconds for Newcastle in 1955. We'll have to check it, but I think that may be quicker. This is Émerson. Certainly it's come very, very close, and Middlesbrough find themselves a goal down in the first minute.
Hughes has taken Festa and Pearson away. It's dipped over the top of Roberts underneath the crossbar. He's in the middle of the goal, but on the edge of the 6-yard box. He isn't the tallest. It has dipped very late, fallen backwards perhaps a little bit as well, but you know, questions will be asked in the middle of the goal, quite honestly. But it's just a great strike, but the worst possible start for a Middlesbrough team that must have been shaken by that opening. Goodness me.
Tries to get to it, and in the end it was Pearson, the captain, who got his head to the ball. He's got some work to do now, lifting the spirits of a team who've been rocked back on their heels. Wasn't so far away, was it?
Wasn't so far away.
For Middlesbrough. And Minto got into the striking position and came close to making it 2. Oh, look at that touch from Juninho. This is Hignett. Juninho's gone again down the left. Ravanelli wants it short. Hignett gives it away. Nervy moment again for Middlesbrough in defence. But that's Émerson. Now, is that offside? Well, he's trotting back, so it's not given. Now then, Scott Minto. Trevor.
Well, he's just got on the blind side, and he could have come in and slotted it in with his right foot. He tried to hit it early with his left, and then scampering Nigel Pearson wasn't going to get there. Phil Stamp came to rescue him, but I mean, it just bears out, I think, the bad defensive record both sides have got. We didn't think this was going to be a boring, goalless stalemate, and they're certainly not turning out to be.
Looks for Ravanelli, that's his sort of pass. Sinclair got a foot to it, Grodås comes out. Good defending against Ravanelli by Frank Sinclair.
He's struggling, Ravanelli's gone. The first time he had to move with any pace, it's gone again. And he didn't look fit. And as soon as he's reacted to a super ball by Juninho, I think if he was fit, he might have got on the end of it, but he allowed Sinclair to get a second touch, but he's not going to last in this final.
He's hobbled off already, Ravanelli. He's gone behind the goal, and Bob Ward, the physio, will have to be down there as quick as he can. Middlesbrough are down to 10 men at the moment. And the Italian who went off at Manchester United in that bank holiday game, it was a gamble to play him, as you said. Here it was, Sinclair did enough to get in front of him, but here come Chelsea, it's Petrescu! And out from almost under the bar by Nigel Pearson. Well, this is all going Chelsea's way. Middlesbrough are a man light, and they could have been 2 down. No offside given here against Stan Petrescu. Pearson saves Middlesbrough. It's given back to Petrescu. He's everywhere at the moment, the remaining. He's forced another corner. Middlesbrough want to get a substitute on. It's obviously going to be Mikel Beck, who was left out of the starting lineup to replace Ravanelli. Solid footballer who normally operates in the back four, but he's coming on here for a midfield player. Now then, how will they reorganise the team, Trevor?
As you say, he is a back four player. Vickers has gone in alongside Nigel Pearson, and he's put in Festa almost as a holding anchor midfield player. Would assume enable Émerson to perhaps release to go further forward, but again, Émerson has been a very anonymous figure up to now.
Going to his left, and in stoppage time Chelsea have a corner. Lebœuf comes forward, so does Sinclair. Hughes hands on hips in there as well, played short. Zola curls it in, Roberts comes again.
2 good takes by the keeper, one the save from the free kick. It was a long way out, it was a good strike, but one that he had time to get across. You can see has to go from behind the one, might have hit the post, but a good save, and then he did well to take the cross on the corner. Sinclair not sure with his clearance. Juninho onto the ball fast, and as we go into the 2nd minute of stoppage time, Middlesbrough have a corner, which will bring Vickers, who's good at these, into the penalty area, and also Pearson. Vickers has got his arms up. It went over his head to Festa, and now it's going to come out to Stamp. Back in towards Festa with the header. The whistle's gone, offside. It won't count as the equaliser. The linesman of the far side is flagging. Brian Robson's team have not equalised. David Crick, the assistant referee, flags here. It's chipped in by Stamp. Well, it's a flag up against Festa. It can only be him. That was a very marginal offside. It could have been just beyond. Nothing wrong with the challenge, and the header was a great header. And that aggressiveness. Chelsea now playing from the right. Flags up again, offside against Hughes. Good run,
This is Di Matteo. Zola's gone to his right. There's Zola coming in from the other side. Zola away by Vickers. Newton, and from Di Matteo, it's still Juninho. It's a great run, and Di Matteo has brought him down right on the D. That's a bookable offence by the Italian on the Brazilian. Roberto Di Matteo had run back to try and catch Juninho, who beat him in the first place, and the goal scorer now looks at the yellow card. It was Juninho into the wall and fired back in by Blackmore. A word on the foul. Far side, he took that down well. He was by himself, but Hughes nearly came in on the ricochet. Dan Petrescu's getting a lot of space. Now the game is opening up in both directions. That's Juninho offside against Mikael Beck. Festa, whose header into the net was disallowed right on half-time, was Burra's big threat there.
Well, he went over these people's heads and really just trying to bring it down with his shins. It goes between them, and Festa, who I think has worked very, very hard in midfield. I think he's certainly pushing him in. Vickers coming on, he's working up and down, he's helping the back four, and I think is embarrassing Émerson alongside, who's doing completely the opposite.
20 minutes gone in the second half. Chelsea 1, Middlesbrough 0. It's been like that since 42 seconds into the final. That's Beck. This is Juninho. Now Beck's made a run ahead of him. Lebœuf's interception. He was stretching though. This is Hignett. Middlesbrough are looking more progressive now. Beck with Lebœuf at his back. They were trying to stay onside there. Chelsea are in a line. It's still Beck. Now it's Émerson. And finally, it was the clearance by Sinclair. Perfect header by Vickers. Juninho, I think he fooled himself and Newton there. This is Di Matteo. Now it's Hughes. Di Matteo. Zola to his left, makes a run to the right now. That's the little move he did in the semi-final. Still Zola. Still Zola. And still! It's going to come out to Wise. Zola stays in there with Hughes. Newton. Sinclair. Chelsea have got 6 forward here. And Zola just wanting it played in short again, but Festa read it well. Well, it's all a bit cat and mouse at the moment, but here's Juninho. Good play by Newton, that. Petrescu, Di Matteo. Petrescu goes again. Hughes is through the centre. There goes Mark Hughes. Nigel Pearson knew all about it. But Di Matteo intercepted his pass. Zola's outside of Di Matteo. Would he need him? Hughes off the Middlesbrough head. The crowd shout for hands, but no players do. And it goes on with Juninho. 1 or 2 more risks perhaps being taken now. Halfway through the second half. Emerson's coming forward. He's got Beck to his left. It's Émerson, the Brazilian. Good tackle by Clarke. Juninho. Free kick against Stab. Needed 2 goes at that. Here's Beck. Juninho's in the centre. Hignett. And now Émerson. And that's a good... Oh! Lebœuf, as he cleared the ball, fell awkwardly. Players going on ahead of him. This is Di Matteo, and Chelsea have got a man over. Zola's free at the moment. It's still Di Matteo. 3 waiting in the centre. Hughes! Whistle's gone. Whistle's gone. I think he must have penalised Hughes for it. For dangerous play. It opened up a bit. Zola going on his own. He's got Hughes the other way. He's taking on Vickers and Blackmore. He's gone past them both. It's Zola. Hughes pulling towards the near post now. It's still Zola. Fantastic run. Great save by Ben Roberts. Zola's box of tricks is opened again. And he nearly conjured something out of nothing for Chelsea. Here's Di Matteo, nothing given by Mr. Lodge. Juninho. Maybe he can pull the rabbit out the hat for Middlesbrough yet. Oh, he's crossed there. He given the ball to Hignett, and Frank Lebœuf left his foot in on Juninho, and now the Frenchman is going to be booked.
That bit of extra time and space are now beginning to allow Zola and Juninho to get the time to really cause problems. Wonderful balance. He has a quick look. Is there anyone on early? No. Shapes to Stern, turns inside, and then has a shot himself a goal.
And they've had to surround him with blue shirts, and in doing so, there's a foul. It's Steve Clarke picking himself and Juninho up. It's a free kick to Borough. Vickers has gone forward, wants it played early. Juninho saw him, and he's through Vickers, and a great stop by Grodås. Chelsea was sleeping. The quickness of thought by Juninho and Vickers. Here's Juninho again. Well, the Norwegian goalkeeper earned his money there. Would never have played in this final for Grodås if Karin had not been injured nearly all season. But look at this, if he'd squared it to Beck, they would have equalised. Ruud Gullit's team have allowed Middlesbrough to enjoy more possession and space in the second half than they ever had in the first. And in that respect, Brian Robson, with the two injured players next to him, knows the game is not up yet. To Zola. Minto. Wise. And Chelsea come away again with Newton. Petrescu is to the right, so is Hughes. This is Petrescu, and he's gone for the far corner, and Zola came in, and it's there! It's Eddie Newton. It's Eddie Newton for Chelsea. It's 2-0. And it looks like Chelsea's cup now. Brian Robson, solemn-faced, and Eddie Newton, who doesn't get many goals, but who was so anxious to do well today after what happened to him in the last cup final, and indeed with a long injury. He was in the right place there, and Chelsea really had players up. It was Newton who set the thing through, and when Petrescu went for the far post, Zola here makes his contribution. What a side-footer back. And was that deflected in, Trevor?
Yeah, but he's going to have the goal, Eddie Newton. As you say, he ran with the ball, set up the initial move. Petrescu, who's had a good game, clipped one to the far post. Zola, completely unselfish, knocked it back in, and that's the clincher.
And the Chelsea fans able to make their feelings clear. Leaves the field to a tremendous ovation from the Chelsea fans. But wait, will we see an even bigger one for Vialli, who's remained a great favourite at Stamford Bridge. Listen to this. And Ken Bates knows now that they're within touching distance of the handles on that famous trophy. Oh, and Vialli, could he just put the seal on it, I wonder? Well, it's a corner. There's Ruth Harding in the green, widow of the late Matthew Harding, who did so much for Chelsea. We're playing stoppage time here in the FA Cup final. Chelsea lead by 2-0. And here's Lebœuf. Dennis Wise asks the referee, and it's a moment for Chelsea to cherish. Their first major trophy for 26 years. In Ruud Gullit's first season as coach. But there will be a torrent of tears again on Teesside. Eddie Newton, who clinched it. The blue flags are waved. There's ecstasy at one end of the stadium. And applause all round. And the Dutchman has, thanks to an Italian partly, with a first-minute goal that will always be remembered, has brought a trophy to Stamford Bridge. They've waited a long time. And I understand Ruud Gullit is already talking to Gary Richardson.
Ruud, many congratulations. What's your reaction? FA Cup winner.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. Really, it was a very emotional week also for me, and but I think I prepared the team well, and they played great. I think they're all compliments to the team because they really were a good professional, and they, yeah, I'm without words. It's really fantastic atmosphere. Everybody played exactly what he had to do, and yeah, that I'm delighted to see that.
Many congratulations. Go and join the celebrations.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Their fashionable reputation. Chelsea lift the FA Cup for the very first time at Wembley. Their thirst for the theatrical well and truly quenched. Mark Hughes, who told me that when he first won the cup here, he was too far down the line to see it lifted. Not today. And Frank Lebœuf in his first season, and Grodås, the Norwegian, these foreign players who were dreaming of playing in the FA Cup final at Wembley, of which there is no like in any other country. Vialli got on in the end. He's got something to take away, even if he doesn't stay at Chelsea. A winner's medal. Zola looks like being around longer, and he's certainly making the most of this moment.